What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Fantasy Football Game Show presented by Front Yard Fantasy. Jeff is back, and I'm here with John Luke as well. How's it going, guys?
It's going good.
I'm having a good day. Busy with work, but this is the important work we're doing right here, right?
This is the
How was Mexico City? Did you rescue your abuela?
Oh, I was in Mexico City. I forgot almost. Yeah, I rescued whoever. Yeah, I rescued
your
everyone.
abuela.
There.
Come on, everyone.
Yeah. Sí, señor.
Sí. Claro.
Well, I'm glad she's safe.
Tranquilo.
Congratulations
Muy
on the
pequeño.
safe rescue. She's very little. She's a very little grandma. Okay, well, enough of that. But we're glad to have you back, Josh. Today,
Glad to
guys,
be back.
we are going to be playing our original game, poll perception. I believe JL found the poll, so he can't complain about the sampling size
I
this
did
time.
not. Josh did.
Oh, Josh found the poll. Oh, then JL, you get to complain about the
He
poll.
will be complaining about the polls. Don't you worry.
That's my favorite
I
part
was
of
like,
poll
oh
perception,
God, was I
honestly.
supposed to come up with them?
And
Wait, you don't
Josh
have
is like,
polls?
wait, Simon got the polls. All three of us just sitting here
Oh
thinking
my
the other
God.
people. It's going to happen one of these days. There's going to be a miscommunication, and we're going to get on stream where all of us thought the other one was preparing a game.
I thought about that right before the show. We're linked up, Simon. I was thinking about that. I was
We
like,
finish
yeah,
each other's sandwiches. That's what I was going to say.
Your
Before we do
sandwiches are the
that,
best.
what's up, Jay? Howdly doodly neighborinos.
Amen.
Ooh, that
What up?
made me feel a little funny saying out loud all those words together.
Addly diddly neighborinos.
It's kind of like sensual.
Mm.
Howdly
It's hot.
doodly neighborino. But before we jump into that game, guys, we had a mock draft yesterday. Jeff, you were not here for the mock draft. Neither was Josh. So we're gonna take a look at some of these teams. Each one of us is gonna pick one and discuss it a little bit. I'm gonna be selfish and I'm gonna go first because I don't want you guys stealing the team. I'm gonna talk about
selfish man.
I hope NBA's in here already because I am going to be talking about NBA's team.
NBA would be so pumped.
And I know NBA is going to come in asking about their team, even if we didn't pick it. But I actually really like the construction of NBA's team. And it's I generally like teams that go in dynasty startups, wide receiver heavy early, and then fill up on like high upside running backs in the middle of the later rounds, either some older guys whose value is suppressed that you can get in like the fifth, sixth, like a Chris Carson or something like that, or these really, really late round guys like Tony Pollard, Alexander Madison, some people that might break out a little bit later. I guess Ronald Jones here went fairly late, but NBA's team, he started out with Joe Burrow in the first round and Russell Wilson in the third round. So for a super flex league, locked up those two starting quarterback spots pretty solidly for the foreseeable future. Like Russell Wilson is fairly young for a quarterback. He's not old. He's kind of this like bridge quarterback between the new generation and then these older guys. I feel like Russell Wilson's the bridge in the middle of the two. So I love his quarterback situation. And then Alvin Kamara, James Robinson. James Robinson makes me nervous, but in the fourth, you've got RB1 upside in the fourth round, and it's hard to find that. So I'm fine with that pick. What pushed this team over the edge for me as maybe my favorite team was these next 4 rounds. I say 4. I'm not the biggest Marquise Hollywood Brown fan. But I understand some people do. What all of these picks have in common, Brandon Ayuk, Deontay Johnson, Jalen Reagor, Marquise Brown, is you've got these young, high upside, super talented wide receivers that we've seen flashes from. Brandon Ayuk, Deontay Johnson showed us crazy flashes this year. Reagor, I guess, not so much, but he's got the draft capital, and I think his situation improves next year. And then Marquise Brown, super talented. I just don't trust the passing offense. But again, for the time being, he's the wide receiver 1 on a high-powered offense. Not receiving option 1, that's Mark Andrews, but there's upside there. So those 4 wide receivers, super young, super talented, makes this team really, really interesting to me. You could have the next generation of superstar wide receivers sitting right there in those rounds 5 through 8. Yeah, that's where I stand on this. And then grabbing Michael Pittman in this 10th and Noah Fant in the 9th, that's fine. I'd be curious to see, for me to like fully judge this team, I'd need to see the rest of the draft. What's he going to do about like that QB3 spot? Can he pick up someone who might be the starter? I don't know. A Taysom Hill, a Cam Newton, so just someone else to have on the bench there. But from what we're able to see from these first 13 rounds, that NBA's team might be my favorite team from this draft.
I don't disagree. I do not disagree. I like that team.
John Luke, is there any team that stood out to you?
Yeah, like there's a few teams I like here. I'm gonna go through and dissect G-Man J's team though, since he's here, because I do really like his team.
No, I'm joking.
I like
He's good.
I like Lamar Jackson at the 1. I like DeAndre Swift. When I'm thinking about like compared to my team, he got that that RB1 solidified, which in this type of dynasty league, I wouldn't mind getting one RB1 and then maybe punting the position. But he followed up with some good like rookie talent with Javonte Williams and Kenneth Gainwell. And then a more, veteran talent with Melvin Gordon there just to back that all up in case those rookies don't necessarily pan out year 1. So I like that. I don't love Kirk Cousins and Derek Carr, but in a dynasty super flex, that's fine. Like, I think you got good value on it. He waited on it. But the real beauty of this team is these 3 wide receivers in rounds 3, 4, and 5. Calvin Ridley, Terry McLaurin, and Allen Robinson is perfection.
Yeah, it really was a good run.
I think it would have been more perfection if you would have let Mike Evans slip a pick past you and he would have grabbed Evans over Robinson. But that's just my personal bias.
That's fair.
They're about the same in my mind.
Yep. Same.
No, but I love what you said. He's got some high upside rookie running backs in there. And then Melvin Gordon, I think I've said this before on stream and I'll say it again. People don't realize how consistent of a season he had. He was, for the most part, good for your fantasy team last year. Similar final numbers to Kareem Hunt, but on a consistency basis, Kareem had these blow up games. Melvin really didn't, but Melvin was fairly decent to just plug into your lineup on a week to week basis. I think you could do a lot worse for your RB4, especially with those rookies sitting in front of him. Having someone a little bit safer like Melvin down there. Where did he grab him? 10th round?
If Ronald Jones fell one more pick, that would have been perfect.
Yeah, I snagged him though.
I would have loved to have Ronald Jones over Melvin Gordon.
Josh, what do you think about either the teams we discussed and then a team that you want to talk about?
No, I think you guys picked some good teams. I already kind of spotted those teams you guys picked out, but they would not be my favorites. Actually, I really like the teams. There's a lot of good teams here. I love Swamp Nola's team, but his quarterbacks are going to be a problem, right? I really do. I'm looking at this, and if they can pan out, man, this team could look really good. JR's team's really nice looking. He's got a very balanced team. The running backs are a little concerning, but I think Leonard Fournette's going to be a starting running back next year. All in all, I think my John Luke, JL, your team is very good. And I almost wanted to like pick this one as my favorite, but you need some guys to hit still, So yeah. I'm a little concerned about some guys. I think my favorite team is actually Bud Too Saucy. You got Kyler Murray. I love him. DeAndre Hopkins in the 2nd round. Cam Akers, Miles Sanders, Jamar Chase, TJ Hawkinson, Jared Goff in a super flex. Okay, it just keeps going on and on. Maybe, Julio Jones. The wide receivers scare me. So in a dynasty, we're not typically going to pick out a team like this just because the wide receivers are scary. But I love the way the team's formatted, and I think this team is going to be killer year 1.
It's a win now team.
Yeah.
I mean, and there's no problem with that. Julio Jones in the 9th round, I've got no problem if that's the value you're snagging. He should still be dominant next year. At least that's what I think. I think he's probably still the wide receiver 1 on the Falcons next year. Ridley the 2.
I agree.
Goff doesn't pan out. That's definitely you're in a scary spot.
Oh yeah.
Yes. But I think he is going to be the Lions starter this whole next year. At least I think,
I probably, if I was going to take Kyler and then have Goff there, I probably, instead of getting Todd Gurley, James Conner, Raheem Mostert there, I would have probably tried to fortify a little bit more QB.
Yeah, maybe grab Mac Jones there in the 11th round.
Carson Wentz even,
right.
He's
just get that whole trade.
Yeah.
get all the traded quarterbacks.
Yeah. All the traded quarterbacks.
Yeah. Honestly, a lot of good teams. The biggest thing that stood out to me is how far it just always stands out to me, I guess, because the quarterbacks rose up, but how far good wide receivers fall. You're getting Robert Woods, Kenny Galladay, DJ Chark, Cortland. These guys are in what round's that? 7th round. These are semi-elite receivers in my mind. They have a lot to prove still, but
and even going further down, you see Odell Beckham in the 9th.
Yeah.
I'm
your team is also Simon. I meant to bring up your team. Your team is probably my second favorite team. close to it.
Suck it,
I love
JL.
it. Good job, Simon. Good job killing it with the wide receivers in the middle there. That's what made your team. You took risks, like taking no wide receivers at the beginning. I know that's not your dynasty strategy.
I was trying something new on purpose. This was an experimental draft for me because that's not how I like to
Amari
draft,
Cooper in the 6th and DJ Chark in the 7th. That I'm feeling in the 8th. Odovic in the 9th. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, it's a different setup than what I'm used to with how my team goes. But I'm actually we're gonna go supersonic in a minute here. Get your dogs out of the room. They're
NBA Rig just came in. Hello.
NBA says hello,
NBA.
fellas. Oh, I think you might have missed it if you weren't in already. The very first team we talked about NBA was your team. I said it was probably my favorite team. I'll give you the Reader's Digest version, but if you want to go back and watch, I did a full mini breakdown. Basically, I said the value that you got on those young, super talented wide receivers in rounds 5 through 8 is what pushed your team over the top for me. You've got one guaranteed elite running back, one super high upside, could be elite running back. It's a little bit just the draft capital is the only thing that makes you nervous about James Robinson. But then those wide receivers, Brandon Ayuk, Deontay Johnson, Jalen Reagor, Marquise Brown. It's a nice core of killer young high upside wide receivers. Again, I would have maybe drafted someone besides Marquise Brown right there. There's a couple guys after that, like Laviska. If you wanted to stick with the young, I would have preferred Laviska over Marquise Brown.
I like the Marquise Brown pick.
I know you guys do. That's why I'm saying
maybe I'm a Baltimore fan. Maybe I'm a Baltimore fan, but he did really well at the end of the year last year. Really well.
You and JL can keep drafting Marquise Brown, and me and Tyler will keep fading him.
If I'm drafting him in the 8th round, I'm fine with that.
Yeah, I would still need him to go a little. I mean, I think every other wide receiver drafted in the 8th round, I would take over Marquise Brown here. Henry Ruggs, Cooper Kupp, Laviska Shenault, Adam Thielen, and Tyler Boyd. Every single one of those I'm drafting before.
All close. Brown. They're all close to me. I'm nervous about Cooper Kupp a little bit. I'll be honest. I'm not saying I wouldn't, draft him, but I don't know.
Yeah, I'm excited about Cooper Kupp and Robert Woods with Matthew Stafford in town. I think it's going to be better for both of them. I'm
personally more excited for Robert Woods.
I agree.
Jared Goff, he was actually great. He's great at those short passes. That's like what he's made his career off of. He's very accurate, which I think is going to help TJ Hawkinson. I've been thinking about it. And I think it's going to hurt like the more underneath people, aka Cooper Kupp. Just because Stafford, we'll see. We'll see how it plays out.
Swamp says, at work and I cry. I'll watch the VOD later. We'll see you, Swamp.
The VOD.
We'll give you a little shout outs. NBA wants to know Ruggs over Marquise. Why? You talk about upside with Marquise Brown, and this is where I disagree. I think his upside is severely limited in the Ravens offense. I think it is not a passing first offense. It's never going to be. And Lamar Jackson's going to be the quarterback there for the foreseeable future. And Marquise Brown will never be the number one receiving option over Mark Andrews. Mark Andrews is going to be the top receiving option on that team.
I beg to differ. I think he was the number one receiving option the last 6 games of the season. I don't know.
I don't know. I don't trust the passing volume there. I think it limits the upside of every receiver on that team.
Yeah, you're right about that.
And so that's where I completely fade a lot of those receivers when it comes to
the upside. 8th round?
But I'll take a guy like Ruggs where I think there is going to be.
But he's the same deal.
He does have the same, very similar situation.
I mean, but Derek Carr is not a running quarterback first.
Yeah, you're right.
You know what I mean?
You're right. You're right.
That's not what's going on. Is
right.
Lamar Jackson a better quarterback? Like, would I rather have Lamar Jackson as the quarterback of my franchise? Yeah. Absolutely. But for my fantasy wide receivers, I think I might prefer Derek Carr as the quarterback for a wide receiver on my fantasy team.
He can improve. Like, this is all assuming that we get the current Lamar that we always have. But
right.
If
Lamar likes throwing deep.
Yeah.
Yeah. I understand. I understand the concerns, and there's a very real chance that I miss. Know what I mean? That I just miss out on Marquise Brown hitting. But I'm a lot more willing to take the risk that I miss on him than the risk of him not hitting on my team. That's where I stand on it. He's faded for me. Okay. The clip didn't work. So I'm said, is my team booty? Feel like my team is booty.
I don't think
Josh
it's booty.
said it perfectly, I think. I mean, you can go ahead, Josh.
No, I don't think it's booty. I actually really like your team. I love your people outside your quarterbacks. It's a super flex league, though. That's the problem, right?
Yeah. Outside of, if you ignore the quarterback position, you've got one of the better teams. But man, your quarterback situation is scary. We don't even know. 2 of your 3 quarterbacks don't have a starting job currently. Jameis and Dwayne Haskins, and then Big Ben has got maybe
retire.
1 year left. He could retire. Like we don't know what's going on there. So it's just a really scary football, or I was about to say football situation, quarterback situation.
If I would go as far as to say you do have the best team if you take out the quarterbacks, I will say that, Swamp. So that's awesome. You could kill it if your quarterback's it. So that, but you kind of need some things to happen, right?
NBS is Josh's favorite team, Simon's. He said
I'm
that was
switching
his
to
second
Simon.
favorite.
I'm switching to Simon.
You're switching.
I did some reevaluation. Simon. And I think that's 2 Simons in a row I picked on these drafts, by the way.
Oh, I'm killing it recently. That kind of hurts my feelings a little bit though, because I went like a very anti-Simon draft here, minus like the Amari Cooper pick.
Yeah, I know.
But it worked.
You were able to get the receivers still. That's the thing. That's what kind of makes this. And I know these receivers, like, they're not like up and coming receivers necessarily, but they are going to be great for your fantasy team.
Yeah, I agree. And Swamp said something earlier that Thielen is not a dynasty hit. Well, he's not a dynasty hit, but I drafted him in the 8th round and he's still going to provide plenty of value. He was a wide receiver 1 this year, and I don't think that was a fluke. There's volume on that team for two fantasy relevant wide receivers. It's not going to be just the Justin Jefferson show. Jefferson's the one now, for sure.
Wow, the Justin Jefferson show sounds like a really good name for a TV show.
The Justin Jefferson show. What kind of show is it? Is it a sitcom?
It sounds like a 90s sitcom.
90s sitcom.
Yep.
NBA says Baker's pick is my fave Simon pick. He will have another showdown with Mahomes next year again, and he might beat him. Do you guys think so? I think there's a chance.
No.
I mean, the game was close this year. We can't act like it wasn't. Like it was a decent game. Now the Chiefs could get better. I hope the Browns get better, but of course there's a chance. Those were 2 playoff teams. They very well could meet again next year in the playoffs. We'll see what happens. I hope so. I would love to see another Baker Mahomes showdown. That would be fun. Okay.
Hey.
If you guys are ready, I say
I'm ready.
Jay says, yeah, snowball's chance. Well, that's coming from,
what does that mean?
It's short for a snowball's chance in hell. I think you might have gotten confused and thought we were referring to the Giants' chance of playing the Chiefs in the postseason next year.
The classic, your opinion doesn't matter because your team sucks.
No. His opinion matters, but it's just weird that he said a snowball's chance that a playoff team is going to make it back to the playoffs again next year. I'd give it maybe a snowball's chance in a over-chilled refrigerator.
It wasn't about the
no. It was beating the Chiefs. Yeah.
No, he said the Browns are guaranteed to not make the playoffs next year. Is word for word what Jay said with that message.
Fair enough.
There's a lot of subtext.
I'll allow it.
Yeah, snowballs.
Yeah, you guys got to read into the subtext. You guys must have not done well in the reading comprehension section of those exams.
Did not.
Yeah. There was a lot of subtext in this message that you guys just completely missed out on.
Very loud.
NBA says Mahomes actually underwhelmed throughout the postseason.
Partially, yeah.
Statistically, I think
his
so.
offensive line was poo-poo trash, though.
If you watched him, though, I don't think he physically underperformed. No. With what he was given, he still looked like an absolutely elite quarterback out there.
Yeah.
Says moving on up. I think she's talking about the Browns, but maybe she's talking about us.
Moving on up.
Barry says, "Hey, my guy JL."
What up, Perry?
Simon, you've dropped down my friend power rankings with that shot. See, the good thing about those is
I'm moving up.
I don't have to try to move back up. I just got to stay stagnant until JL and others like knock themselves below me.
I've already been I've been demoted.
You're out of there. You're not even on the list.
I've been out for weeks.
NBA says, any NFL coach or quarterback news?
Carson Wentz might get traded.
Yeah, we're still waiting on the landing spot. Yeah. What's the most recent? Colts are interested. Bears are interested. Hiccups are interested.
I think the Colts and Bears are the front runners, especially the Bears, though. I think the Bears, but it look weird. It look weird, right?
Marty Schottenheimer died.
I did see that. Yeah. And the Washington Post had a really insensitive obituary headline. Did you see that?
No.
It was like Marty Schottenheimer, coach whose team floundered in the playoffs, dies at 88 or whatever. Like that was the freaking headline. They changed it after backlash, but like, What the hell, Washington Post? Like, come on. That's not a way to put like the news that someone died.
His team floundered in the playoffs. Wow.
Like, okay, like
Come
this
on,
this isn't your sports section. Like, we're not talking about
like
that.
seriously, that's crazy.
JF says, "Sup, Kev? Thanks for the hey to us too." Well, I mean, what's up, Kev?
Good to see you, Jordan. I guess.
Is Trubisky a free agent, or he's still signed and will just become a backup?
I'm almost positive he's still signed. I'm gonna look it up for you, NBA Rig.
I believe so.
I know. I'm almost positive.
Trubisky
signed a 4-year contract with the Bears, including blah blah blah.
Yeah.
Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah. He's signed through next year.
He could be part of the deal. Like if they move, they could move Trubisky in whatever deal they're doing. And if he does, I think he could still be a fantasy relevant quarterback somewhere. So
it'd be interesting. Nick Foles.
Yeah, that's
going back to the Eagles.
That's been like the rumors the last couple.
Well, it makes sense. You're right.
That would be wild.
I'm not buying into Nick Foles anywhere ever again.
Too much of a contract.
Yeah, I'm just not doing it.
Yeah, I don't really want Nick Foles back with that contract.
NBA wants to know, do you guys perceive more value? I guess it's just asking Wentz or Darnold.
That's a good question, actually.
So
more value, like in a trade, like for an NFL team.
Yeah,
who has more value?
That is interesting.
That is tough.
Because Wentz has had like
MVP type seasons.
Yeah, an MVP type season, but also has, with the resources, failed on a large scale. Like he's shown the past couple seasons, it has been failure after failure. Whereas Darnold, I don't think has ever been given a real chance. Know what I mean? He's been under Adam Gase. He hasn't really had the weapons. And I still think he's got the talent. He's got that high first round draft pedigree. I don't know. I think teams might be more interested in the untested Darnold, like the one where maybe they haven't seen a failure with all the resources versus Wentz, but I'm not sure. Yeah, it just comes down to what different teams prefer. I would be more interested in Darnold. Like if I had to pick one of those two guys to start for my team next year, I think the upside with Darnold is higher. You don't necessarily know what he could do if you gave him all the resources to succeed. Whereas with Wentz, I'm a little bit turned off by the past couple of years. What about you guys?
I'm right there with you. Not right there with you. Listen, if I was an NFL GM or team, I would rather have Darnold. I think Carson Wentz with his kind of. It seems like a lot of people don't like him. I don't know. It's kind of weird, right? Teammates, the organization at the Eagles organization. We'll see what happens when he leaves, but. If I was a fan of a team and like I was the Bears fan, I would prefer to have Wentz over Darnold. So I don't know. I think Wentz has more upside and Darnold's a little safer. And if we're talking about these two options, I'll go for the upside.
Oh, I disagree with you. I think Darnold has more unproven upside. That's where I lean with that. Jimmy agrees Darnold greater than Wentz.
I don't know that Darnold, you could safely say that like Gase is, there's been no opportunity for Darnold to succeed. Even with Gase, like we've seen him play enough to know that he hasn't been able to get anything going. So I don't know. I think this is definitely an interesting question because it forces you to confront sort of the recent versus long-term. But I mean, a few years ago, Wentz was considered like, this franchise quarterback that was like supposed to be amazing. So it is interesting to see which of these two each of you take.
NBA says Stafford was given plenty of weapons as well. Is his value the same as Wentz? Why not? Well, you already knew the answer was no. That's why you asked why not. His value is not the same as Wentz. And just to be clear, the Lions were not moving on from Wentz because Stafford because they didn't believe in him anymore. I don't believe that's what that trade was at all. The Lions are going into a rebuild. They're rebuilding. That's what that trade was. It wasn't, we don't believe in Stafford. We don't believe he can be successful. They wanted
him to succeed, I think, I think they want him to do the right thing for him too. So.
Yeah. He's done very well with what he's had, right? Talk about like a similar situation to Darnold. Like he's had, carousel of coaches, GMs, not great ownership. That's basically not surrounded him with great pieces, and he still took them to the playoffs. He still has put up average seasons throughout and done well. So
some above average seasons as well. Stafford hasn't just been,
So yeah, I don't think it's necessarily the same.
Stafford's a more proven like franchise guy than Wentz is. I think any NFL team, if they had to pick Stafford or Wentz at the helm, every single one of them would pick Stafford. I don't think there's a single team that would pick Wentz. So his value's higher. Yeah. Cool. If you guys are ready, I say we start playing some poll perception. Josh has got the polls for us. We're starting with a clean slate, JL, 0-0. Josh, while you get mentally prepared to deliver these polls to us, I'm going to explain the rules to people that have not watched before and to you. I know you always forget.
I was like, please, like, talk to me too.
So how this game works, poll perception. Josh found some trade polls, start sit polls. It can be any kind of poll on Twitter, Reddit, any internet source. He's going to propose the poll to one of us. So he'll ask me, hey, Simon, in a dynasty league, what percentage of people would prefer DeAndre Hopkins over Saquon Barkley? I'll then give him the percentage that I think chose the DeAndre Hopkins side of that poll. JL then has to guess whether the actual percentage is over or under my guess. I'll get points for the closer I am to the actual percentage. JL will get points if he correctly picks the over under. We'll do 4 rounds like this, alternating who's guessing. And then in the 5th round, JL and I will both guess a number, and whoever's closer gets the points. And after 5 rounds, whoever has more points wins the game and is the champion. And the loser has to make a poll noise.
Yeah, poll. Like that.
What's up, jabronis? What's up, Sean? Mayor of Jabroni, bro.
Sean.
Definitely the mayor. Maybe the governor. Maybe the president of Jabronieville.
Maybe the prime minister.
Yeah. Ambassador.
Intergalactic leader.
Nice.
All right, boys. I guess we'll just get in there, and I guess we do have to decide who's going first.
Here, I'll flip this imaginary coin.
I have a wallet, and one side says Tommy Hilfiger, and one side that's not. Simon.
Hilfiger.
Simon, I want you to call in the air Hilfiger or no Hilfiger.
Hilfiger?
You get the Hilfiger.
I'll take the no Hilfiger.
It is Hilfiger.
I don't have a piece of paper.
So, JL, you want to go first or second?
I want to go first.
All right. JL gets to go first. Well, without further ado, let's get right in there, huh? You ready, JL?
I'm ready.
I was looking for paper and I found some golf balls.
Nice.
That's not going to help you, like, write down things.
You don't know.
We'll see. Maybe you're kind of creative.
They are yellow. I have a funny story. The first time I went golfing ever, I brought these bright neon pink golf balls thinking, like, I'm going to hit them into the woods all the time. Like, this will help me find them, right?
It doesn't help.
The freaking golf course was covered in cherry blossom trees, and the entire pine straw areas were covered in pink flowers. Like massive amounts of pink flower petals just all over the ground. So I lost every ball I brought because I would hit it into like the pine straw and it would just be mixed in with like these perfectly matched pink flowers. The balls were the exact same color. It was absolutely awful. So now I just get white.
Whenever I go golfing, it really doesn't matter the color of the ball.
You're gonna lose it.
I'm losing 20 balls when I go to golf.
20, nice.
Simon, when you visit, we'll have to go golfing.
Okay, we'll live stream it.
Shane gets high balls, multiple golf balls in the wide open. It's weird that, like you sit there and you'll watch it. You're like, all right, okay, just hit the ground, bounce. All right, cool. Then you get in the car and you drive over to it, and it's gone.
Into
the
ether.
What color it is.
No.
It's incredible. I'm very bad at golf.
JL,
I need to get some new clubs.
This question. I don't care about your golf clubs anymore, Simon. So this one simply says Dynasty Poll. Who would you rather have? Side A, Trevor Lawrence, or side B, Justin Jefferson? What percentage of people? We were just talking about Justin.
I was like, wait a minute.
What were you saying? The Justin Jefferson show?
Yeah. Justin Jefferson show.
Thank you for correct. Thank you. Who would you rather have, Trevor Lawrence or Justin Herbert? What percentage of people chose Trevor Lawrence here? It's a tough one. I tried to before I looked at the answers, I tried to guess all these, and I was like, okay, yeah, these are tough.
47%.
You're going 47%.
Yeah.
Man, you feel good about that 47. I could tell.
I don't, but I feel like I feel like Herbert's going before Trevor most of the time. Which makes me want to go lower. I'm going 43%.
43%. You're locking that in.
Yeah, logging that in.
Okay.
Okay.
So JL said that 43% of people chose Trevor Lawrence in this poll. Do you think it's higher or lower than 43%, Simon?
I mean, I think JL hit the nail on the head when he said that Herbert's going before Lawrence in pretty much every like startup draft I've seen. And that's, you can compare like rookie pick 101. Like Herbert's going before the rookie 101. People are hyped on Lawrence. It's like the perfect time to get hyped about these quarterbacks. But Herbert just had an unreal season. He's getting drafted before him. I think it's going to be even lower. I think the percentage of people that take Trevor is going to be probably in like the 30s. Lower. Lock it in.
Under. He thinks less people chose Trevor Lawrence in this poll. Well, the question was, who would you rather have, Trevor Lawrence or Justin Herbert? The percentage of people that chose Trevor Lawrence is 38%. Good job, guys. Both of you guys did a great job. Simon said,
yeah, I got excited because I got the under.
JL's within 5. Good job.
I'm very glad I changed my answer.
What? So you get 3 points for that, John Luke? No, you get 5 points.
5 points.
Yeah.
5 points.
Yeah. Damn it! I was trying to get some points from you, but
10 is 3. Yeah.
Good guess, JL. Sean said 57% Trevor Lawrence. A little high, but I don't hate it. I'll take any Trevor Lawrence hype.
So,
I mean, Trevor Lawrence is getting hyped. People are excited, and I'm sure once we get around to the draft season, we'll be seeing some Trevor Lawrence getting drafted ahead of Justin Herbert. Probably, I wouldn't do it, but
yeah, we'll
sure
definitely be seeing that. We'll see him start moving up.
Yeah,
especially once he gets on a team. Once Jacksonville picks him.
This guy's the most hyped quarterback since Andrew Luck.
Andrew Luck, yeah,
and maybe more hyped than Andrew. I don't know. There's it's pretty close though. It's pretty close, right? All right, you guys ready for the next question?
I guess I am. It's my turn.
Right, Simon, this is yours. Yes, you are correct. Well, Simon, in a dynasty league, which side do you like? Side A is Miles Sanders, Boston Scott, and Tyler Lockett. Side B is KJ Hamler, Hunter Bryant, and a 2022 first. What percentage of people chose side A here?
Miles Sanders, Boston Scott, Tyler Lockett.
I thought this one was a no-brainer until the first got thrown in there at the end. But I'm not sure how much a 2022 first pushes this. I think I still prefer KJ Hamler's a good wide receiver, but I don't think his ceiling is super high. There's talented wide receivers in front of him on that team. It's not like the KJ Hamler has a clear shot to being the 1 or even the 2 with Cortland Sutton and Jerry Jeudy sitting there. Hunter Bryant is, just a throw-in piece for me in this league behind TJ Hawkinson there on the Lions. I don't know. That doesn't provide much value for me. But then you get a 2022 first. And if we're being honest, I don't know exactly how much value people are putting on 2022 firsts right now. I haven't really dug into that class very much. I'm not a big Devy guy. This is probably the worst time of the year to be trading 22 firsts. 21 firsts are at their peak right now. But I think it's going to be side A, and I think it's going to be fairly significant. Miles Sanders is a young, talented running back. You lock up that backfield with Boston Scott, and then I know people are down on Tyler Lockett, but he's still a good wide receiver. I'm going to say 67%. No, 71% prefer side A. 71. Lock it in. Send it.
It's saying 71% of people prefer Miles Sanders, Boston Scott, and Tyler Lockett over KJ Hamler, Hunter Bryant, and a 2022 first. JL, do you think it's over or under 71%?
71 is a good guess. I think I'm going to take over. I think Miles Sanders is enough. Yeah, I think Miles Sanders is going to really push this one over. So I'm going to say over.
You're taking the over 71% here. All right, perfect. Locking it in. So Simon says 71%. JL thinks that more people chose side A. The question was, in a dynasty league, which do you like? Side A, Miles Sanders, Boston Scott, and Tyler Lockett, or side B, KJ Hamler, Hunter Bryant, and a 2022 first? Well, the percentage of people that chose side A was 89% of people chose side A. Okay. So, Simon, you're a little off there. Over the 15%. JL was correct with the over. Yeah, this one, I definitely would rather have the Miles Sanders, Tyler Lockett part of this trade.
Can we get a score update?
Shut up.
Absolutely.
I had a feeling. I knew side A was going to be heavy. I just didn't want to go that heavy. I don't know why. It makes sense. I think I overestimated
where you went. So
I think I overestimated how much people would value that 2022 first round pick. But
if it's a 2021, like early first, then like maybe it makes this trade even, a little bit more even, right? But yeah, the 2022 first. And we do have a score update now. JL has 7 points, and Simon is staying at 2, unfortunately. But still a lot of game to make it up, Simon.
Sean said 63%. J Fuse said 59. And then Sean said, dang, my guesses are terrible today. So far. Me too.
Killing this game.
Me too. J Fuse says makes sense, though. Yeah, absolutely makes sense.
All right, JL, we're coming to you with the next question. You ready?
I'm ready.
All right.
I put the wrong end of the pen in my mouth. I just drew on my tongue.
Why did you do that?
It was an accident. I thought it was facing the other way.
Let's see your tongue. Does it have ink on it?
It does.
It does.
I
can't tell.
No, that's just my tongue.
Okay, gotcha. You just got a messed up tongue.
Going that way, Blue.
Yeah. Okay,
Stop drawing on your tongue.
It's not right.
Ew.
You don't have to do that.
No one has to do that. No.
All right.
It doesn't work.
To get Simon to stop, I'm coming to you with a question, JL.
Josh, I just want to take a minute again to appreciate all of your reveals. I feel I love all of your score reveals. I feel like you want to make it so dramatic, but you panic at the moment and you're like, ugh.
No, normally that does happen. I feel like no panic has happened today.
Josh is like, I'm killing it today.
I get it. I get it. No panic has set in today yet.
Okay. Next one.
Yeah. Coming at you with the next
JL's
one.
JL's going to stink this one up.
The question simply asks, who do we like more next year? Side A is Cam Akers. Side B is J.K. Dobbins. What percentage of people chose side A?
Wah.
You're not going to find the answer outside. Oh, 52%. Sorry. Wow. You're just so you think 52% of people are going to choose Cam Akers in here?
Yep.
Right. You just you looked outside and something gave you inspiration.
Le'Veon Bell's out there. Still feeding me answers.
Still in the tree.
Right.
JL is
playing with the squirrels.
Yeah. JL's all business today. He's like,
yeah.
He's a question. He's like 52%.
I got this.
What was that? 52%.
It's all about the confidence, though. I think confidence is key. So let's see if it gets you the win.
If I overthink it, I'm always wrong.
Okay, fair enough.
If I underthink it, I'm wrong. If I overthink it, I'm wrong. If I medium think it, I'm usually wrong. What I'm saying is I'm not good at this game.
So for next year alone, JL is saying that 52% of people prefer Cam Akers over J.K. Dobbins. Do you think it's over 52% or under 52%, Simon?
If this poll had been asked week 8, week 9, halfway through the season, I think the Cam Akers side would have been very low. J.K. Dobbins had started showing some stuff. People were more excited about him at the beginning of the year on that Ravens team, but Cam Akers showed up a little bit at the end of the year, and I think his hype is almost getting out of control. I love Cam Akers for next year, but he is expectations are sky high. So I think it's going to be Cam Akers' side, and I think it's going to be more than JL said. So I'm going to say more. I'm going to say higher. More people chose the Cam Akers side of this. Higher, over, more, above.
Okay, so the question said, who do we like more next year? Cam Akers or J.K. Dobbins? JL thinks 52% of people say Cam Akers here. Simon thinks more people chose Cam Akers.
I like how it says, who do we like more? Hey guys, who do we like more?
Yeah, who do we like more? Come on, tell me who I should like more. Well, the actual percentage of people that chose Cam Akers here was 58%.
Oh, that was the second number that came to my head.
Yeah, so JL, you were not within 5 this time. So unfortunately, that's going to give you 3. Not unfortunately, that's still pretty good, right? Simon, you got the correct over, so you get 2 more points. Let me update the score for you guys.
This is
Simon does not look happy.
Well, this is nonsense. This is straight diarrhea nonsense.
Diarrhea nonsense.
Akers, Alex said 73%. I almost said Akers said 73%. Sean says
100%. Akers popped in here. Freaking idiots. 100%.
Sean says 74% want Akers, and JFU says 48%. So even though JFU's 2, you were on the wrong side of it, you were the closest out of the guesses from the audience. Alex and Sean, you guys were on the right side of it, but you're a little far off. I was thinking around the same number as you guys, though. Had I been forced to guess a number, I probably would have guessed in the low 70s again. I just thought the Akers hype was a little out of control right now.
I was just thinking where they went drafted or where they're being drafted, and it's like semi-similar. Like, but I feel like Akers is going consistently ahead.
And I understand why. You don't know what's going to happen with the Ravens. Gus Edwards, like the amount of carries J.K. Dobbins is actually going to get. He didn't show a ton in the receiving game, and Lamar just doesn't throw to his running backs a ton. And Cam Akers, he showed the Rams are willing to give him the workload. They got Stafford. I probably would have guessed over 58% what it ended up being myself, actually. I probably would have. Yeah.
Me too.
Even being a J.K. Dobbins fan, and I think he'll have a great year next year. So we'll see. Yeah. All right. JL has a commanding 6-point lead, Simon. Commanding.
No lead is commanding if it can be wiped out in one round.
Commanding.
Well, if you get it exactly right.
Yeah.
Get it exactly right.
Yeah, I got it. No problem. No sweat off my back. I got a 1 in 100 chance.
Gotcha. So we're going to get into the next question. Here you go, Simon. Dynasty poll. Who would you rather have?
Wait,
I personally would go Herbert or over. I was like reading it. I was like, did I do two Justin? No. Okay.
Justin Jefferson is what that's.
Yeah. Exactly. Simon, who do you want on your dynasty roster? Side A is DJ Chark. Side B is Jalen Reagor. What percentage of people chose side A?
Oh God. Okay.
What was that?
I know what side I prefer. I prefer the DJ Chark side, even though I am excited about Jalen Reagor. But we've seen proof of concept from DJ Chark. He's shown us what it can look like, and he's getting Trevor Lawrence next year. We don't know the quarterback situation for Jalen Reagor. Yeah, he has the draft capital, but he hasn't proven it on the field yet. But then also you got to throw LaVisca into the mix. I think some of DJ Chark's value is being driven down by the hype for LaVisca Chenault. So I think it's still going to be the DJ Chark side of this. I'm trying to think back to our draft. I feel like they were both drafted in like a similar position. I feel like I drafted Chark and then Reagor went soon after or soon before. I can't remember what order they went in though.
What's it going to be?
I'm going to say, I think it's Chark, and I think it's not as close as I'm trying to make it in my head. I'm going to go with the guess I did last time. I'm going to say 7. Wait, how many respondents, Joshua?
273.
I'm going to say 7.
The lowest voted on one I put in here so far. Sorry, guys.
I got to do some math real quick.
He wants to make sure he can get
it's
there.
Scary right now with the light on for your glasses. They're like right in your pupils.
Okay, I'm almost done with my math. Sorry.
You got this, Simon. You got this.
We'll wait all day, I guess.
I'm going to say 72% chose the DJ Chark side of this trade, Joshua.
72% chose DJ Chark in this trade.
That is correct.
All right, we're locking it in. JL, you think it's over or under? You think less people chose the DJ Chark side of the trade?
Yep.
Yeah, well, if you're right, that means that the whole world is full of dinguses like you.
Probably true.
Oh, shots fired. Shots fired, boys.
He's just mad I have a commanding lead.
All right. Well, JL, Simon thinks that 72% of people in this poll chose DJ Chark over Jalen Reagor. JL thinks it's less than 72%. Well, the question was, who do you want on your dynasty roster? DJ Chark or Jalen Reagor? The percentage of people that chose DJ Chark was
72%.
83%.
Ah,
83%.
well, JL, you're a bigger idiot than me for
Yeah,
thinking
you
it
do
was
get
under.
And
But,
that's huge for you getting points and JL not picking that because
I
it
only
keeps
get
the
1
game
point.
in 5.
Just exactly 5.
Exactly 5. So it is
It
10 to
keeps
5.
This game within 5, which is big. I would say.
Man,
that's big.
it's like this whole thing is scripted.
Oh my gosh.
Alex said Chark 100%. Actually, fairly close. You weren't. Sean said 53% Chark.
Sean, you're usually
So
killing
holy
me.
crap, I suck today. Yikes. Maybe it's contagious from us. I think we're just radiating suck. Sorry, you must have caught it from JL that round, but it was me the past couple rounds.
I realized that I gave Simon both of the or well, we'll say whatever. They're like different ones. But you guys ready for this next one?
It's round 5.
It's round 5. We're gonna write down our answers, I believe. Right?
I'm gonna write it on my tongue and then stick my tongue out.
Turn around and hold out your tongue like you're writing it upside down. Like the reveal would be great.
We should all purchase tattoo machines, sorry, and
Just for
tattoo the
this
answers on our inner lips and then flash those to the screen.
You could only play the game a few times.
We could play once every 3 months because that's about how long an inner lip tattoo lasts.
All
Did you know those go away?
Didn't.
Yeah, I did. It's very. I don't understand why you get them. You know,
it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, especially right now. That seems very non-COVID friendly to have someone shove a tattoo machine in your mouth.
I thought it lasted longer than 3 months, but yeah,
maybe it is a little longer. But another tattoo that like wears off that I've always wanted like a crushed person on the bottom of my foot. Like I accidentally stepped on someone, but bottom of the feet tattoos.
They're probably painful.
Well, not even that, but they don't last. Like the bottom of your feet see a lot of wear. You wear that skin off pretty heavily, so they don't.
Oh, I know.
They don't last very well. So I also have disgusting bottom of my feet. So I would never subject someone to having to tattoo that. Just my butt.
Tattoo.
Just your ass.
I was trying to say I say that. Like as I'm saying that, I'm sitting here thinking like, but I did have someone tattoo my butt. That's a lot grosser. Okay, I digress. Round 5.
Simon digresses. We're getting in here. Last question. JL's in the lead by 5 points. Let's go, boys. Here we go. Who would you rather have in Dynasty? Side A is your choice of Najee Harris or Jamar Chase. Side B is CeeDee Lamb. What percentage of people chose side A?
Choice of Najee Harris, Jamar Chase.
This is how the question was phrased, boys. It did have 1,100 votes.
1,100 exactly?
Mm-hmm.
No way.
It did.
That's preposterous, Josh. That's preposterous.
I'm sorry, that's so crazy. I think 1,000 would be weird, but 1,000.
What's better, preposterous or Josh Prosterous?
Oh, preposterous. I don't know. They're both so bad.
Man.
I have no idea.
I could be so freaking wrong with this, like just wildly wrong, but
it's such a good question.
Yeah, I know what side I'm on, like pretty clearly know what side I'm on. But I don't know. I could be so wrong.
We will see. I'm ready.
Who reveals first?
Am I supposed to decide?
I'll reveal first.
Simon's going with 18% on the Najee Harris Jamar Chase side.
Well, it is Najee Harris or Jamar Chase, right?
Yes. Yeah,
Okay,
yeah, not combined, not combined,
Yeah,
not combined.
Yeah, I was going to say that really changes it.
Your choice
Mike
of
T says
either.
easily A and take Najee. I would prefer CeeDee Lamb in a dynasty league.
Mike T coming in hot.
What up, Mike T?
42% coming in hot from JL. 42%. How you guys feeling about this right now? You know,
Terrible.
I mean,
Terrible.
yeah.
Absolutely
You're
terrible.
feeling terrible?
Yeah, I honestly have no idea. Like whenever I wrote this down, I was like, I would never take the other side. Like I value CeeDee Lamb so highly in a dynasty league. Like I'm never taking side A in this. I get why people would. I understand. But in dynasty league, again, you guys know how I play. I really prefer these young stud wide receivers. And CeeDee Lamb's proven it to me in the NFL. So I'm very heavily on that side, but I could totally see like Mike T coming in here saying easily A. Like people are hyped about Najee and people are hyped about Jamar. So I could be way wrong. I could see both Jalen and I being just way off and this being more on the side A side than the side B side.
I
But
wish I went a little bit lower. Just so
I will say that Najee Harris, in my mind, is the rookie 101 in a one quarterback league. And it's not really
I think
close.
it's consensus.
So
it's not close.
Yeah, it would be Najee Harris if you know, but getting the choice is nice still, right? I don't want to be locked in right now.
For me, with Najee, like it's not close for me with the other running backs. Like I think he may be the 101 right now pre-draft, but the talent is close enough between him and ETN that like depending on landing spot, the 101 could change for me. Whereas like there are years like with Saquon, I don't think the landing spot freaking mattered. Know what I mean? Wherever Saquon went, Saquon was the 101. I don't view Najee in the same way.
Saquon Barkley is a better prospect than Najee.
No, absolutely. Just what I'm saying is I don't think Najee's talent makes him the 101 regardless of landing spot. I think landing spot could affect. Okay, that's where I disagree. But I understand some people are higher on him than I am.
Can you put can you put names to that? Like what if I don't know, I'm trying to think like where would be like a really bad situation to land?
Jets.
Yeah, that
but like I mean he's getting a lot of work with the Jets at least.
So
yeah, Jets, I mean we got Mr. Darnold over here, you know.
ETN goes to the Dolphins or the Bucks.
Or Cards.
Yeah, Cardinals.
Yeah, let's say he goes to the Cardinals and Najee goes to the Jets. Are you still taking Najee?
I'm taking Najee.
I'm not. That's where we differ. Najee definitely is the 101 if draft spot is taken out of it. Like if everything's equal.
Deshaun leaves, Najee goes to Texans versus ETN to the Cards. Who are you taking?
Probably Najee.
Oh,
Tim,
right. I can't get any worse than that. I don't know.
Tim Minshew himself says Najee and Chase to the Finns. Next stop, the moon. Then Super Bowl LV. Yeah, they have to skip Super Bowl LV because they're going to be on the moon. And
sorry, busy.
Tim, I
love again next year.
The narrative fits. Like you actually skipped a Super Bowl so they could have time for the moon, and then went on to the next one. Oh, okay. Yeah, Dolphins to the moon. You heard it here first.
All right, I'll tell you guys who won. Finally, I'm sure you guys are just sitting on the edge of your seat, right?
Yep.
So, who would you rather have in Dynasty? Your choice of Najee Harris or Jamar Chase or CeeDee Lamb. We asked what percentage of people chose side A. Simon thinks 18%. JL thinks 42%. Well, the actual percent that chose side A was 50%.
Yes!
0.3% to be exact.
Yes!
Yeah. I mean,
yes! Yes!
Good job, JL. Good job. I was getting excited for our first maybe tie and like coming up with another question for this game.
I needed that today. Simon, where's our poll noise?
Simon, you look disappointed. I don't know what that is.
It's a poll noise.
Oh, that's what a poll does.
Yeah, that was a poll. Mike T says hypothetically, ETN goes to Pittsburgh and Najee goes to the Panthers with healthy CMC. Then ETN will be the 101.
Okay,
yeah.
Good job, Mike.
Mike got it.
He threw one together. You did it, Mike.
MVP here. Yeah, I'll take ETN there.
I don't want you guys to hear what I'm not saying. Najee is a great prospect. And I know even with my Clemson bias, I think put them on equal landing spots. I take Najee Harris. Like I think I do, which was tough for me to come to terms with. But it's not such a big gap for me that landing spot doesn't matter as far as who's the 101 in my eyes. I don't want you guys to hear me saying like I hate Najee Harris. He's not more talented. He's not the better prospect. But that's where I stand currently. We'll see if that changes leading up to the draft.
I agree with that, Simon. Also, Mike T, it looks like his picture is in my parents' kitchen.
Is it the granite countertop?
Yeah.
Oh, it is a granite countertop. Okay, I was like, is that food or
Dude.
like cereal or?
Congrats, JL. Final score 15-5. You beat me fair and
you.
square.
Oh, yeah, I'll update the score. I'm sorry.
Um,
I'm sorry. This is very important stuff.
Mike, I don't know if your countertop's like ours though, but I could spill an entire jar of jelly and you wouldn't even fucking see it. Sorry, pardon my French. But it's just like
Wow.
shocking. Like the countertop like pattern makes anything just blend right in. Like
Yeah,
you'll think it's clean
whenever I was cleaning it as a kid, I used to have to get low so that I could see
where it was
all
raised.
where all the crumbs were.
Yeah, it's incredible. Like I've put my hand down on the counter thinking it was clean and literally stuck my hand in like a giant thing of jelly before. And I just didn't even see it there.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Guys, good work. Good game.
We did it.
We killed it. We're amazing.
We did not kill it. This was I wouldn't describe this. Josh, there we go. You beat me to it. Yeah, Jaya. Well, you did fine. 15 is not killing it. 100 would have been killing it, Jaya.
All right, then you've never killed it in your entire life.
Not at this game. I already admitted to being bad at this game.
So you hit it exactly. So it's 50. 50 is the most you can get.
That's,
Less than 50 because it's
true.
10 3 rounds. So 30 it's 34. Right. 34 is the best you could do in this game.
But 100 is killing it.
Yeah. Yeah. If you ever get a 34, you can name my firstborn child.
Yeah, I'm in there. I'm in.
I'm in as well.
Okay.
That's a good bet.
Anyone
for us.
Whoever gets a 34, they get to name the other two's first children.
I'm in.
Okay, deal. You heard it here first. Write it down. NBA, I know you keep track of our water bets, so write that one down too. Speaking of which, I say tomorrow we pay out our water bets.
All three of us.
All three of us have one. I have
two. Or do they cancel out?
No, they don't cancel out. We all pay them out. We got a triple water bet payout tomorrow. Because what we did was incredible. There were 4 teams left going into the conference championships. Each of us picked the
right team in the Super Bowl.
Well, but each of us thought, wait.
That wasn't the bet, Joshua.
Yes, it was. We made the bet right then at that same time.
It wasn't which team is going to make it to the Super Bowl. It's which team is going to win the Super Bowl. You're getting water tomorrow. I don't want to hear another word.
We all choose the teams we picked the win that same day.
Right. But we also picked the team. The water bet was to win the Super Bowl. You picked the Packers, right, Josh? Or JL picked the Packers. Josh picked the Chiefs. I picked the Bills. And the Bucks won it all. They said, "Screw you guys, I'm going home."
But Josh and I did pick the Bucks against the who was it? The Saints. Packers, Saints. That's what it was.
Yeah, so, why would you have picked the Bucks against the? Why would you have picked the Bucks against the Packers, but pick the Packers to win the Super Bowl?
I don't know.
Hedge your bets.
Hedge my bets.
Just like I'm just hedging my bets right
now. Because of this, so.
Yeah, you're getting 2, Simon. So what are you gonna do? You gonna do it tomorrow and the next day?
I'm gonna fill my bathtub and drown myself, and the death will be the second water bet.
Don't do that.
Please
no,
I
don't want to do
that. I've promised my mother that I will not pay out water bets in such a way that I could potentially die while no one's home. So
I actually have a good idea we could do. If we just like talk about how trading's fun and it makes fantasy fun, that like trading makes fantasy fun, and that's just like what we could do, you know?
I was wondering if you're going anywhere with that.
Good one, Josh.
I just wanted to say trading makes fantasy fun.
Jay says JL owes Marco a water bet and Marco owes me one, and we've got a big wet circle right here. Everyone's getting wet. And guys,
it's get wet.
Speaking of Marco, I'll remind him on tomorrow's 14p live stream. I'll be guesting on the 14p live stream tomorrow night at 8 p.m. And I'll make sure to remind Marco that he owes Jay a water bet as well. 8 p.m. Central. Sorry, all you Eastern folk, it's 9 p.m. And anyone who's in either of those time zones, I'm so sorry. I'm not going to convert it. You can do the math. But guys, I think that's it for us today. We debuted it yesterday. Before we do that, before we do the nice little goodbye, I want to ask you guys to follow us on YouTube and Twitch at Front Yard Fantasy. It helps us out so much, and hopefully it helps you guys out too. You never miss another live stream. You can go back and watch all of our old games and videos. You can see that JL's victory today was actually just kind of fluky. He usually sucks. And you can see the evolution from Josh to Jeff. That's in there. That history is part of our show.
It was a journey. It was such a journey, and I'm happy to be here as Jeff forever.
It's not over. We'll see what you become in the next coming months. But for now, you're Jeff. Guys, unless you got anything else to say, we are out for the day. We will see you tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern. Adios.
9 p.m. real time.
9 p.m. real time.